Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into the official first episode of my Super Sims challenge, I wanted to take you on a little behind the scenes and show you the long and wild process that I had to go through just to create this ultimate Super Sim. This video is going to act as a tutorial and a backstory for my Super Sim. This video will help guide you step by step on how you can create your very own Super Sim with 5 unique birth traits and the ability to do the secret handshake. Special shout out to Petey Plays It and Charity Codes. I use their amazing tutorials as a reference to help bring my Super Sim to life. So if you're ready to craft a powerhouse sim that will dominate every skill, aspiration, and career in The Sims 4, let's get started. The first step is to create your founder sim. The journey will begin in Create a Sim with an alien sim. You can choose whether or not you want to create this alien sim or if you want to download one from the gallery. I just downloaded one from the gallery just because it was quicker for me. I named my sim Aziel Starborne. The only requirements for your founder sim is that they must be an alien and they must have the child of the island trait. Everything else is up to you. Once Aziel was created, I moved him into Sulani, but you can decide to move your sim wherever you want. The only requirement for their home is that they must have the lot trait on ley line. This is crucial for the following steps. Step 2, getting the Sulani Mana trait. To get the Sulani Mana trait, I summoned a Sulani elemental and quickly built a strong friendship with one of them using Social Bunny. Once the friendship was maxed, I invited the elemental to move in, which immediately turned them back into a normal sim. After inviting the elemental to move in, I then quickly used the Science Baby feature to have a baby with that elemental. Meet Nalea, my first heir. Once she was born, I quickly aged her up to an infant just to make sure she had the Sulani Mana trait. And of course she did, because that is one of the easiest traits to get. I then quickly aged her up to a teen. Once Nalea was a teen, I checked if she had the Secret Handshake interaction. And lucky me, she was a half alien and had the Sulani Mana trait, which means she was the perfect next heir. Step 3, the ancient bloodline and alien combo. Now that Nalea is a young adult, she needed to have a baby of her own, and she must do this with a spellcaster who has the strong bloodline trait. I moved him into Nalea's house, and once again I used Social Bunny to max out their friendship. After their friendship was maxed, I used the Science Baby feature again for them to have a child. After multiple resets and twins that almost had the right traits, I finally got Lorena, who had all the traits that I needed her to have. I found this out by aging her up from a baby to an infant very quickly, and at that point I was able to find out if she had the Sulani Mana trait and the ancient bloodline trait, and she did. After confirming that, I quickly aged her up from an infant to a child to a teen. Once she was a teen, I was able to verify that she was in fact a half alien, which made her the perfect next heir. So then, once again, I quickly aged her up to young adult so that she can take on the next step. Step 4, werewolf transformation and grim descendant. Now it's time to bring the spooky into the mix. Lorena had to become a werewolf, and she had to have a baby with the Grim Reaper. So I had her travel to Moonwood Mill, pick a fight with Greg, and I let him bite her to trigger the werewolf transformation. Once she turned into a werewolf, I summoned Grim using the Grimophone. I spammed Social Bunny again. It's such a lifesaver. And after 12 resets and babies later, I finally got Haley, the next heir, who was born with the Grimborn trait, dormant wolf, ancient bloodline, and Sulani Mana traits. I once again had to verify that she was in fact a half alien, so I quickly aged her up from infant to teen to confirm that. She was in fact a half alien, so then I aged her up to a young adult so that she can continue to the next step in this process. Step 5, Father Winter, werewolves, and the final super sim. Now it's time to combine all the traits into one final sim. So up first, I needed Haley to become a spellcaster. I had her travel to Glimmerbrook, visit the magic world, and ask one of the sages, it doesn't matter which one, to turn her into a spellcaster. This step should be easy since she has the ancient bloodline trait. After this, I needed to make sure that Father Winter was a werewolf, so I switched households and I went to Christopher's household in Moonwood Mill. I then quickly created a holiday, and the only tradition being Father Winter. Once Father Winter arrived, I had Christopher give Father Winter a cursed bite. After that, I was done with Christopher, so I moved back over to Haley's household. Now that Haley is a spellcaster, and I know for sure that Father Winter is a werewolf, I quickly built their friendship and romance. I took them on a romantic lighthouse date in Brindleton Bay, and I had them woohoo. You must woohoo with Father Winter and not have science babies if you want the Father Winter's baby trait. And as always, with many failed attempts, seriously, so many resets, I finally got Carol Starborne, our super sim. I quickly aged her up from baby to infant just so I can make sure she had the traits that I needed her to have. And she had the following traits: Sulani Mana, check. Ancient Bloodline, check. Grim Descendant, check. Greater Wolf Blood, check. And Father Winter's baby, check. That is all 5 birth traits that she had. The last step was to verify that she was in fact a half alien with a secret handshake so that I could use her as my super sim. So to double check this, I saved my game as soon as I turned Carol into a infant. I then quickly aged Carol up to a teen, confirmed that she could in fact do the secret handshake, and then I exited the game without saving, which meant she would remain an infant. Now that I have my super sim, what's next? The super sim challenge begins. Now that Carol is officially the ultimate super sim, her journey is just beginning. She will master every skill, complete every aspiration, max out every career, and push the Sims 4 to its absolute limit. If you enjoyed this tutorial and want to see Carol's journey unfold, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the first official episode. I'm Wit, and I'll see you in the next episode. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay super.